If you're trying to get into the shape of your life this year, then watch this. Excuse the cliche of getting into the shape of your life, because I know a lot of coaches and people throw that term around like it's fucking nothing. But if you genuinely want to get more jacked and less fat than you've been in the past, then you need to watch this video. You might see those guys in the gym that are absolutely like jacked out of their brains and you think, I want a slice of that pie. Not in a gay way, unless that's what you're into. I don't mind, but I just mean you want to look like that. Probably can't keep that in, can I? That might not be your desired look. Like, I personally don't like that meathead look. Obviously, I can appreciate the work that goes into it, and I love bodybuilding, and I love seeing those like jacked guys. Not in a gay way, but that's not my goal for aesthetics personally, hence why I am natural, and I'm going to stay natural for probably the rest of my life. So you might be the same. You might prefer the slightly smaller but aesthetic and athletic look, or you might appreciate and want to become one of those jacked guys in the gym. Whatever your preference is, drop it below so I can cater my content towards you more so in the future. So are you looking to drop the next 10 to 15 kilos? Or maybe you've done that part of the process and you're looking to start building your physique and putting on as much muscle as possible. The ultimate goal for you is to be 5 to 10 kilos heavier, but with abs, not flabs. Because same here, and it's the same with all of my clients as well, which is pretty fucking awesome, and it makes for a pretty cool community within our client group. But yeah, if that's you, as I said, watch this video, and I'm gonna go through 3 steps that you can do to make your life easier and to make hitting your goals this year a lot more of a simple, smooth process. Step 1 to making your life easier on your body transformation process is to start talking to yourself a little bit nicer. We've all been there, talking shit to ourselves because we're awfully unimpressed with our laziness and our lack of urgency to do the things that we're supposed to do. But talking down to yourself in these situations is not going to sort your head out and make you want to get back in the game, is it? So if you're someone that says things like, I don't have time, I can't do it, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that ever, I could never look like that, then chances are you're probably never going to be able to do those things, because whatever you tell yourself is true, and I firmly believe that. And at the end of the day, all you're doing is intentionally hindering your own progress. So start listening to yourself. Are you someone that says things like that to yourself? Because if you are stopping yourself from progressing. Do not restrain your gains with your limited brain. I know, freestyle rapper over here. But you need to open your mind and be more positive. If you're saying things like, I can't do that, or I can't get up at that time to train, just flip it. I'm going to go to bed earlier so I can get up at that time. I'm going to try harder to do this thing. And then there's also those people that tell themselves that they're too tired to do things. Like, have you ever got in from work, sat on the sofa and said, oh, I'm too tired to cook a meal? No, you're fucking not. All you've got to do is go and put a couple chicken breasts in a pan, pour some rice in a pan, and that is literally your meal prep done. Too tired is when you're driving home from the airport at 3 a.m. after a 5-hour flight and you're falling asleep behind the wheel. That's too tired. Getting in from a fucking little 7 or 8 hour work day, you're not too tired. You know, you've driven home, you're about to go to the gym. Don't just fucking order a pizza or go to the shop and get a meal deal for the sake of it. Talk to yourself a bit better and do the things that you know you want to do, because that gets you to your goal. And that's the thing you have to remember, is that this is your own fucking goal. So here's my honest advice if you're someone that makes up these excuses and tells yourself that you can't do things. Grow some balls and stop being a pussy. And sorry, I know some of you are not going to appreciate this language, and if not, then fuck off, because there's more coming. Step number 2 to making your life easier on your body transformation process is to set yourself up for success. Now, all I mean by this is just plan ahead and try and be a little bit more organized. First thing you can do to do this is literally sit down on a Sunday and write down what your Monday to Sunday is going to look like. What days are you working? What hours are you working? What days can you get to the gym? What time are you going to go to the gym? When do you need to do your meal preps? What time are you going to eat? Now, obviously it doesn't have to be like super specific. Everyone's different. If you just want like a quick little outline, make a quick little outline. If you want to be super in depth and like plan your week to the hour, then do that. Do what suits you and do what you need. But the point is that you need to probably be a lot more specific with when and how you're going to do things if you want more success on your body transformation journey. I know this is probably quite obvious and it sounds a bit stupid me giving you this advice, but do your food shopping time. Meal prep for the week ahead. Remember, these are your goals. You're responsible for how well and how far you progress with this. Are you going to hinder yourself and your own progress again by just being disorganized and lazy? Because what you really need to do is make following this lifestyle convenient for you. A lot of people go off plan with their nutrition. They get Mackies at lunchtime, or they'll go and get a meal deal, which, yeah, it may not be the worst thing in the world, but it's also not going to be the best thing in the world either, is it? So if you can prep your meals and organize your week, you are making this lifestyle convenient. You're making the body transformation process lifestyle convenient. And if you do that, chances are you're probably going to get a little bit further with it. And step number 3 to making your life easier on your body transformation process is to have a good layer of accountability. Now, unfortunately, your best mate probably isn't going to be your best layer of accountability, and neither is something like ChatGPT or another AI. In my opinion, you need to hire a coach, because at the end of the day, we're talking about how to make your life easier and how to get as far as you can with your body transformation process. Now, I'm going to just lay off some things about coaching. I'm not talking about other coaches. I'm just talking about my coaching and how I help my clients and make their lives easier. So I'm hoping, and I'm pretty sure I make my clients' lives easier. Hopefully some of them will testify to this in the comments below. Now, obviously I provide things like nutrition plans, nutrition targets, training programming, new programming every 16 to 20 weeks. But that's not where the accountability lies. The accountability lies within the weekly check-ins, the one-to-one calls, the group calls, the constant messaging between check-ins, access to me on WhatsApp, the content going into the group chat, the group calls. We also do group training sessions, photo shoots. And ultimately, we just have such a strong, powerful and inspirational community within inside the client group chat. Like, it's nothing massive, it's a WhatsApp group chat, but everyone's sharing their wins, their goals, their progress so far. It's such a motivating and inspiring group and community to be a part of. It's almost hard to not progress. But the best thing about being coached by myself anyway, is that it removes any guesswork. My job is to do all of that stuff for you, so you don't have to think, you don't have to guess, you don't have to, be unsure with what you're doing. Everything that we do is pretty much certain to get you to where you want to be. So those times where you've sat on YouTube watching 5, 10, 15 videos trying to work out what the next best step is for your part in this process. You don't have to do that. I plan pretty much 12 months worth, if not more, of people's journeys and processes that they need to follow to get to where they want to be. So we have time frames, we have targets, we set goals, and we do this short term, medium term, long term. So again, there's no guesswork, you know exactly what you're aiming for. And obviously I'm there in your corner every single week and every single day pretty much, making sure that we're doing the things and achieving the short term goals that are going to get you to your long term goal. Like I said, it's actually quite hard to not progress being on the team because I give all of my clients 110% effort. And I'm not someone who's going to tell you to do something that I don't do. I do all of this stuff myself. I train fucking hard. I diet properly. I'm competing this year. I'm 11 weeks out from a show. I've got clients that compete. I've got people that want to get ready for photo shoots. And I'm sure, unless obviously you're new to the YouTube, you've probably seen all the results on my Instagram. Every single week I'm posting 1 or 2 transformations or results that we're getting. So it's not a fluke. What we do works, and you are obviously going to benefit from it if it's something that you want to do in the future. However, I do want to remind you that getting into the shape of your life is not easy. If it was, everyone would be jacked, everyone would have a 6-pack, and it would be one of those things that wouldn't even be desirable because everyone else would have it. But because it's hard to have and it's hard to get and it takes time, effort, energy, blood, sweat and tears a lot of the time, not a lot of people can get there. But you can get there if you make your life easier by following what I've gone through today. Something I always say to my clients is that you have to force change. Now, I use this mostly when we're talking about gym and training, because in the gym, you can't just go through the motions. If you want to grow muscle and build your physique, you have to force your body to grow muscle, meaning you have to do more every single week. You have to push yourself harder than you ever have before. So carry that into the gym with you, but also take that outside of the gym. If you want to change, you have to force change. You have to do things that maybe you don't want to do. You probably have to do things that you haven't done before as well. So whether you're coached by me, by yourself, or by someone else, put the time in, put the effort in, and put the consistency in, because those are the most important ingredients to you getting the outcome that you want. Please make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Obviously, I'm just starting out properly and I want to grow this and help as many guys as possible to transform in 2025. You can also go and follow me on Instagram, reese.kithcoaching. So please follow me, pop me a message, tell me that you've come from YouTube, and yeah, hopefully I can help you get into the shape of your life in 2025. Thanks for watching. See you next time.